visit somebody right on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to do a reading on Cardi B, and honestly, I was thinking really hard about Cardi B because I'm trying to figure out what is it exactly that I want to know about her because there's so much going on with her. I just want to know energetically and mentally how's Cardi B doing because she still has yet to release her album, but it's going to be coming out soon. It's going to come out next month on the 19th, 9/19, she said, and it's called Am I the Drama? Am I Drama? And I can't wait to see it. I've seen teasers for it. It looks good. The singles that she has been dropping to keep us entertained have been hit or misses here. I mean, Cardi B always releases pretty good, decent music. Whether it's the same old Cardi B like her other song was, where she outside, yeah, outside was definitely a old Cardi B song. However, she brought something new with imaginary players. Now, imaginary players seem to be getting not a receptive, a divisive response from the general public. Either some fans are feeling as though she needs to leave specifically old school legendary icons alone, and other people are feeling as though this is a good song and she has done something different and they appreciate it. So therefore it seems like it's a toucher thing. I think it's really just because it's something different. We haven't heard this kind of style from Cardi B, and she's legit rapping. She's not just talking about the same old sex, money, drugs, like they always talk about. I mean, she still kind of is, but it feels like we've got like every song these days is going back into the retro, guys. I really think we've hit a time warp or reversing back because why are we back in the 90s? I get it. I know who's growing up, and I know what generation is currently growing up and ruling at this moment or point of time, or is getting ready to become the new type of rulers. But why have we hit the reset button? Why have we gone time travel back in time and revisiting the 90s, the 80s, and 70s, 60s? Maybe even the 20s with the flappers. I'm talking about you, Taylor Swift, with Life of a Showgirl. So, like, please tell me why we have somehow revisit or trying to bring back the 1900s for the 2000s. Just tell me. Y2K? Anyway, all that to be said, this is something that Cardi B has touched on, what is currently mainstream. So, yes, she's trendy. Yes, she finally has brought something new to the table and still said that she can be Cardi B. She can be updated, she could be hip, she could be retro, she can make it Cardi B, and she could talk about something else other than WAP. So because of that, it's great to see something different from Cardi B. Rather the fact that she's using old school hip hop icons, flows or tracks, instrumentals, samples, it adds to the mystique, and that is one. Maybe that's what she loves. Maybe that's what inspires her. Why? Oh, I was gonna say, why are we tearing down Cardi B? But then I remembered what her album is called. Right? Is Am I the problem? Am I the drama? Yes. Cardi B seems to be the drama and the problem. So with that being said, I'm just here to pull some readings, but I'm really all that, and she's also getting some backlash because allegedly, supposedly, she's pregnant. I can't believe I said it. Cardi B is allegedly pregnant. Mm. And it could be Stefon's. Okay, I'm sorry. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe Cardi B is could be. I think I see the bump, and she even did an interview where she was wearing that same outfit that she used to promote that song, and she was wrapped up tight. She's like, "You ain't gonna see this baby bump." I'm like, "Oh my god, it's true. It's true, guys. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I did not believe the rumors, but it's true. So because of that, fans are curious. They're just like, why, when you're getting ready to make an album, did you decide to go and get pregnant? And then some people are also feeling as though, how could she get pregnant by Stefon Diggs shortly after leaving Offset, getting divorced from him? So, with that being said, you can stop singing about the WAP, but that does not mean the WAP is gone. That's all I got to say. So, with that being said, we are going to pull some cards on Cardi B's mental to see how is she going, how is she dealing with this? Because just when she's getting ready to roll out an album, she is going to be pregnant. And it is kind of curious. How are you, A, going to tour? I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to frown on that. I just started thinking about that. I'm just like, have we seen celebrities still tour? Yeah, Ashante still performed pregnant while up until she had to take some time. So yeah, it's doable. It's possible. All right, for that, I can see Cardi B thinking that one through a little bit. One. So I don't see that as peculiar. So this first card is going to symbolize Cardi B and how she's just feeling in this very moment with everything that she has got going on with her life. Because we're not even sure if her and Stefon Diggs are even still together. Well, she's feeling like the Knight of Swords. So let's see what the Knight of Swords is running towards. Oh, the Page of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what is before the Knight of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles. I like that. Let's see what's beneath the Knight of Swords. Very fitting. The King, not the King, sorry. The Knight of Pentacles. And I really love the definition for this Knight of Pentacles. And then we have, wow, a whole lot of people cards. The Queen of Swords above her head. Well, first off, it's a good balance. It's a good balance. Actually, it is completely feminine energy in here. It's a good it's a good balance between masculine and feminine energy because both air and earth balance each other out because they're both masculine, feminine, masculine energy. So because of that, this is all good. It's harmonious energy right now. Looking at Cardi B, what's going on with her? She herself is in the swords energy, and the swords energy is the king of swords. And what's right about the king of swords? The queen of swords. And she is a queen. She is a feminine. So because of that, she is within her element if we're just looking at it here. So therefore, everything else surrounding this knight is the Pentacles card, which is all about that earth, that material, whether that's about a baby, whether that's about her career, whether that's about her relationship, just everything physically tangible is surrounding her. And maybe it's got her distracted, or maybe has got her up in a whirlwind that's got her mentally thinking and processing how she's going to maneuver through the physical in the physical reality. But I'm going to start here at the very bottom with my favorite card right now, which is the Son of Pentacles, or the Page, not the Page, or the King, not the King either. The Knight of Pentacles. This card right here usually symbolizes a person who is in an awkward stage of growth, somebody who hasn't quite found their footing. You're a knight or you're a son. You're not quite the king. You're not quite the queen, but you're evolving and growing into that. You're like in the training stages. You're in like the infancy stages, but you're able to make things happen and get some sort of things done because it's the knight. It's not like the page where it is still in the learning textbook stage, if you want to say. Now this is kind of like the residency apprentice stage where you're like doing internship, doing things out, trying things out, getting what they call physical, getting your hands dirty. And when you get back to that grind, when you get back to making music, when you get back to promoting music, it's a bit awkward. It's just like I haven't made an album in what, 7, 8 years. So just think about how that feels to finally come out with an album. This is a You can think about it like she's She's pregnant in two senses. She's pregnant in the sense that she is giving birth to a baby that she literally hasn't made an album in almost a decade, but also the fact that she is pregnant physically, allegedly, according to what the videos are looking like, but she's teasing us. So with that being said, that's why we see the Knight of Swords here, which is the fastest moving knight of the deck. And beneath the knight, the fastest moving knight of the deck, was the slowest moving knight of the deck, which is the Knight of Pentacles. But as I said, that's somebody who is taking their time, who's a little bit more methodical, doesn't try to rush and do things. But because they're awkward, and so because of that, when you're awkward, you don't want to be the first to do or first to launch, because then you're going to make yourself stand out even more, and you don't want that attention. And we know exactly that Cardi B can attract and command attention. She's always going off on somebody online. So because of that, she isn't frightened of attention, but the attention that when it comes to her album, she's a bit sensitive. She's a bit sore. It's a bit almost like she, even though she's covering up the baby, she could be metaphorically covering up in the sense of, this album is really private to me, guys. I don't want to show you. I'm giving you a peek, but I'm also kind of nervous, kind of energy that she's giving us. Peekaboo, kind of Pop Goes the Weasel, in and out, just trying to give a visual, but she herself feels as though she wants to get this album out. 919 can't come any faster, in her opinion. But also at the same time, she has so much that she has to commit to, so much that she has to do, so much that she has to put her energy into, that she's not even focused on her career, honestly, which is what is in the future, which is the Seven of Pentacles. She's doing all this work for an album rollout, but she is so focused on the Page of Pentacles, or the Daughter of Pentacles, or children, if you must say, thinking about pregnancy, or the fact that she just recently got pregnant, so she's looking back at her. She's still hyper fixated on her past because she still hasn't let go of Offset yet. So there's all of that energy still attached to her that she still hasn't gotten rid of yet, even though she was with Stefon Diggs. Yeah, we see how that seemed to turn out, but they are currently on a hiatus and they're not trying to claim or rush anything just yet. So because of that, they are in a peculiar situation and spot themselves. So she's got a lot to focus on that too. She's got all that to focus on while focusing on promoting an album. And because her album doesn't come out until September 19th, she can put it on the back burner a little bit more and focus on these other things until it's time to focus on the album. It's like having your priorities straight. And that's exactly what this Queen of Swords is trying to do with this Mother of Swords, trying to be wise with her time and trying to be wise with what she gives attention to, especially at this moment. What do you want to give wings and flight to? What do you want people to hyperfixate on at this very moment? So because of that, if you want to think about it, she'd be commanding the way the internet is portraying her. That's why she could be teasing us with a baby bump, and that's exactly why she wore black, because black is very slimming, but it also hides all the shadows, curves, and bumps. But also, if you just cock to a certain side, you can see a certain silhouette. But if you quick enough to cover it up, it's like only did I see what I thought I saw? So she know, and because she also tagged that along with her imaginary players. Which now that I think about that, could that have been a slight diss towards Offset? Or was that a slight diss towards Stefon Diggs? Because what does she mean by imaginary players? So anyway, looking at all that, thinking about that, just strategic. See, when you start thinking about it, I start thinking deep and hard about every single little move that Cardi B is making, because she is being strategic about how she rolls out every single part of what is in her life, whether that's baby, whether that's career, whether that's singles. She is doing it. She could not drop all these singles, and she could just let us fiend for the album, but no, she's keeping us fresh. She's keeping us entertained. So because she's doing all of that, we have to think about how she is commanding um the attention that her music's going to get, because maybe she could have felt like Outside was competing against Offset. Some people were saying that too. So it seemed like whenever Cardi B seemed to release a single, it was somewhat getting slightly a backlash. So because of that, could also be something that worries her too, is that all this work that she could have put into the album, what if people still don't accept it? What if they still say that she's still giving the same old? Or what if they don't like the new vibe that she gives, and then they're gonna say, well, we want the old Cardi B back. And then she's like, well, if I would have gave you the old Cardi B back, you guys would have said, why don't I give something different? So all that, she's got to fight with those, like she likes to say, those demons that she has inside of herself, and those negative thoughts that keep her up at night and keep her stressing, because she's got a whole lot of other things on her plate to worry about. Honestly, she really does. So let's see. In the past, an outside influence, we see the Three of Cups. There was a joyous time, a celebration, a union. Maybe, hey, baby was made out of love. But I see a tower right down here at the foundation, that it seems like it just wasn't a solid foundation when it came to her and Stefon Diggs. Did we call it, like you as in the general public? Some of y'all did, yes. Are the cards confirming that? I'm not going to say 100%, but I will say it does seem like there was some sort of foundation that wasn't quite solid in her life. Yet, if you look above all that and you look past the tower moments, above that, there was a page of pentacles. So album was able to come out of it. Music was able to come out of it. Maybe a baby was able to come out of it. There was a rejoice. There was happiness. There was feeling alive and rejuvenated again. So who knows? Maybe a baby could have just been made in all that time and energy. But that doesn't mean it was the right time for... I hate to say it's never a right time to have a child, but maybe just the way it. So moving forward, we have the Eight of Wands, which is good, and then, the bottom is the Judgment card. Yikes! So what we see here with the Eight of Wands is that there's a movement. There's a sense of a spark, a sense of a flame, maybe a campfire being spark and lit. But the question is, how high, how big is the flame going to be able to grow into? All depends on how much energy and time, not energy and time, but how she is able to promote her album. Because fans are saying out there that her album sales are, well, not her album sales, but there are some people out there saying that this music isn't good and they don't want the album to come out. So with all this negative energy and backlash coming already before the album even rolls out, It's like, what could she do to make people get hyped for this album, for Cardi B's music, to get excited for the grand Cardi B return, so that way when her album comes out, that it does have good sales, trying to spark up a dead career that, not dead literally, because you know that she's been releasing songs, and bangers, singles, collabs, so she's been out there. So it's not like her career has been dead, but dead in the sense that she hasn't released her own solo music or album project in quite a while. So therefore, her discography is a bit thin. Please tell me, what is the big hype that people have over albums? Why do so many people want albums over singles? I know albums, you get a whole lot more songs, usually diversity, a theme, a vibe that you can catch and stick with. But really, why is it so bad that an artist doesn't release an album in 8 years, but they're releasing music through singles? What's so wrong with that? Please just enlighten me as a music and connoisseur. Please tell me why albums are that important. With that being said, I see here at the bottom is the judgment card. Is that her career and everything about Cardi B is going to be put on not a pedestal, but up for judgment, up for people to critique. But she herself has to be able to be prepared for that. It's really hard to be prepared for a judgment, but because it's at the foundation, and because the tower was the foundation, and the tower broke a foundation, and moving forward, the judgment is a new foundation that is rebuilt after the tower. So therefore, within herself, she has to have maybe a more thicker skin, a more self resilient type of energy that's going to get her through, so that way when she does release her album, she can have a great promotion time or period to get people. So it's like almost like, can Cardi B sell herself? Can she make her music? Can she make herself relatable? Can she make people love Cardi B again? That seems like what she's tested up against. And her album sales are going to be that testament to how well Cardi B is truly well received by the audience, outside of the shenanigans that she pulls online, getting into random fights with people online. So because of that, let's just see, because it's really up to the fans and Cardi B, but it's an equal give, take, pull here. Fans are going to be very strict about everything in Cardi B's life at this moment. So actually, not only if she can sell her album, but can you sell your album? Can you sell us on the fact of why you got pregnant? Can you sell us on the fact on you giving us a tour while possibly pregnant, allegedly? I mean, that's the rumors on the street, so that's what just people are thinking about, speculating, because that's what you usually do once you release an album. You go do a tour after that so people can enjoy your music and see you in person. But how can you do that? And then you're just going to give birth to your child and then go back on tour and not spend those crucial moments and times with your child. So you got to think about it. You got to think of how people are going to be looking at you. And then you had this baby back to back. You didn't even give your new child a whole new good year after literally leaving Offset, and you're already pregnant again. So with all that, fans got to judge that too on top of your album. At first, it was just your album. You could have sold us with that album. It would have been easy. But you got your album and your life baggage personality that you come with too, that we also have to judge and weigh if we're going to promote and sell and give legs to. So let's just see the outcome for just Cardi B and just her overall energy. We see a bridge, a journey, and a transition. I definitely see that. I see a box coming outside of the box, trying to do something different. but also the box could leave you feeling a bit puzzled. Like you don't really know what to do, like you're feeling boxed in, but because she's on a journey, she's trying to break outside of that box, break outside the mold, break outside of the usual Cardi B. So because of that, she's trying to think creatively and think on her toes. And we see the moon card here. Ooh, which symbolizes even though she might be feeling trapped, cornered even with what's going on with everything, and it just seems like everything's just accumulating and she just can't seem to catch a break, even though she's trying to move on with her life at this very moment. But it seems like as she moves on, something else just seems to tag along the way on this journey. And that's exactly what this moon card symbolizes, that everything that's going on with her, it is heavy and weighing down on Cardi B mentally. She's trying to keep up the smiles, she's trying to keep up the promotion, she's trying to keep up business, but she's got Offset, Stefon Diggs, a child, a divorce, music, promotion, who knows what other obligations that she has to abide to. So that's already 7 things that I named that Cardi B has to think about. And that's a lot. Oh, let's add 8 already being a mother on. So what, this would be like her fourth child. So you got to think about that too. And it's just a lot. It's a lot. So because of that, she has that to worry about too. And it's cycles, it's phases, it's a period of uncertainty, and she's going to get through it. She's just got to get through it first, and she is trying to just rely on her intuition, and that she's going to guide herself out of this needle, like a needle in a haystack. She's just going to figure it out, and it's going to resolve itself, and things are just going to go her, not go her way, but things are going to come out in a better light than they could be, as long as she continues to keep up hope and trying, and don't allow things to weigh her down in these situations, and to allow what people say or feel about her music, or about what she's doing, or about her life, to get in the way of her self-image and who she is in the path that she's choosing to live her life. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Cardi B. I sure did. What else could I say? I think that's all I could really say about Cardi B. I was hoping to see something a little bit more juicier, but honestly, it's just Cardi B trying to find her way through. She don't know. She really don't. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed that. I had to pause on that because I'm like, is there anything else I can say? But I'm just like, no, when you just don't know what to do, you just push through, power through, chuck it on day by day, go on autopilot even, just blank out, numb out, just trying to get through the day, live through life kind of like feeling, and not just saying that she like feels empty inside, but when it gets like heavy like that, it's just trying not to focus on the things that weigh you down and get you down. It's the last thing you want to think about. So you just try to think about everything else. So then when she starts thinking about her career, and then when she looks at the comments online, and then she goes off on people online on the comments, then it's like, so all that just is Cardi B even trying to turn a new leaf with not I just remember too that she's actually getting sued for throwing a microphone. So you look at all that. Look at all that Cardi B has to deal with at this very moment. She has things that has got her stressed out, honestly. She feels as though she can't catch a break. It is one thing crumbling after another. Once she feels like she's like a fish out of water, like she was able to get some air, it's like she's back down, drowning, trying to figure out her way. Just keep on swimming, like Krishan Rock said. Just keep on swimming, swimming, swimming. And that's exactly what that was actually, wasn't that Dory from Finding Nemo? But anyway, that's the sentiment that Cardi B is just trying to have. Keep her head above water and just Figure this out. Don't let it weigh her down. Focus on that career, no matter how much things are just coming at you left, right, tossing each other at you. Just focus on that album and hope people receive it and figure out how you're going to make people enjoy your album and forget about all the shenanigans that are surrounding you. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Cardi B. I sure did. I tried to make sense of it, but honestly, at some points, there just comes a point where it's hard to make sense of things when it's a tower moment. Things aren't supposed to make sense in a tower moment. Things are crumbling down because they don't make sense or they were faulty. So because of that, she has to rebuild a foundation, and it's a bit awkward. It's a bit confusing. So it's like the bridge trying to go from one phase to another phase, just like the moon, and not get boxed or trapped or feel stuck. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading and me summing it all up for you guys. With that being said, please leave your comments down below if you have anything to leave a comment on or a suggestion on somebody that you want me to read on. Please tell me, how did you feel about Cardi B in this reading? How do you feel about everything going on with Cardi B? With her love life, with her pregnant life, with her career, with her lawsuit that I just completely remember because it just popped up in my mind just thinking about everything that Cardi B just can't seem to catch a break on. So with that being said, please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, it would really mean a lot to the channel. We would really appreciate it. Please and thank you. More importantly, give this video a thumbs up. It helps gets us into the algorithm and show YouTube that you enjoy our content. Any sort of engagement, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, all that gets us into the algorithm and tells YouTube that you really enjoy our content. Even if you dislike it, hey, you told YouTube that you at least engage with this content, and that makes us gets promoted just a little bit more. So please be honest with us, with respect, of course. So with that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.